Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashi's Kaman TV. A number of our viewers have been asking me to propose a deputy president. When I give my contacts, I interact with a number of our viewers. Some of them course directly, and we discuss some current and trending issues. And because this seems to be a major issue, a major topic that many Kenyans or many of our viewers would like us to discuss, I want to take this opportunity and discuss the Deputy President 2027. When I look at the matrix, when I look at the people who seems to be very, very close to that seat, people who can easily be acceptable, various names comes to my mind, and the front runner, according to me, is George Natembeya, the Trans Nzoia governor. When you look at this man is very, very active, and when you look at him, he clearly understands the politics of this nation. He clearly understands the way the government is run. He clearly understands the thinking of politicians. He also understands the minds of the voters. He has a very good rapport with the members of his county. When I look at George Natembeya, one, he's very bold. So when it comes to boldness, courage, you tick that box. When it comes to charisma, you tick the box. Then, what about the numbers? What does he bring? I think George Natembeya can even be a presidential candidate, even be a presidential material. He is the man behind the Tawe movement. He is the man who can command a huge following. One thing that is very clear is that the Mulebe nation is going to play a crucial role in 2027 general elections. The Mulebe nation is going to decide who becomes the next president. And if the opposition does not give the running mate position to the Mulebe nation, then I think William Ruto will be very, very happy to nominate a running mate from the Mulebe nation. Remember, during Kibaki's time, Kibaki actually nominated Kijana Malawa, and they carried the victory in the morning. They had Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta for breakfast. And I can see something like this being repeated. So what I'm saying here is that George Natembeya actually is a man to watch. There are other names that have been mentioned, like Okiya Mtata. Okiya Mtata has been mentioned, but when I look at Okiya Mtata, his eye seems to be on the top seat. He seems to be very much interested in learning from the presidency. Let me ask you, our viewers, what would you propose for Okiya Mtata? Would you propose that he remain a senator? Or do you propose that he become a governor? Or he become a running mate of a presidential candidate, or he go for the prize and go for the presidency? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? One thing about Okiya Mtata is very good when it comes to implementing the constitution. He's very, very good when it comes to following the law. But I have a problem with Okiya Mtata, and I think I'm not alone. When you look at Okiya Mtata has not been on the campaign trail. Okiya Mtata has not been on the ground. But when it comes to demonstrations, when it comes to activism, he is on the front line. So when it comes to courage, he is there. But now, when you look at his way of doing things, you realize that he has not connected very well with the voters. And when you compare him now with George Natembeya, you agree with me that George Natembeya has connected very well with the voters compared to Okia Omtata. Okia Omtata would need to work very, very hard. However, this man is incorruptible. This man, according to him, he refused money when Rigathi Gachagua was being impeached. I think he was offered, is it 2 million? And he rejected the money. He said, no, I cannot vote with my stomach. I can only vote with my brains. And when it comes now to people who are principled, people who believe that they should actually do the right thing in the way they are supposed to be done, then this is the man to watch. Now, to our viewers, between George Natembeya and Okia Omtata, whom would you propose as a running mate? The other person who have been mentioned many times is Eugene Malawa. Eugene Malawa was a defense secretary, a cabinet secretary during Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's time. In fact, before Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta went for William Samoei Ruto as his running mate, Eugene Malawa was actually the proposed person for Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But as fate would have it, Ruto came with numbers. Ruto came with a huge following, the Rift Valley, and so on and so forth. Now, when you look at Wamalwa, Wamalwa is eloquent, very eloquent. And I can see many presidential candidates would prefer somebody like Wamalwa. Reason, Wamalwa is not controversial. Wamalwa is humble. You know, when you look at William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, you know very clearly, from the beginning, you could see these guys could not work. They did not have a chemistry. When you look at them, you could see that William Samoei Ruto did not trust Rigathi Gachagua. He had to keep on looking over his shoulders. Even during nomination, even during the nomination as a running mate, there was a problem. So when you look at Eugene Malawa is somebody who is a cool guy, just a cool guy. Just a guy who not actually even contravene or oppose you as a president. A yes man. And he comes very, very close to somebody like Kidiki. That's why you see Rigathi Gachagua calling Kidiki Mr. Yes man. Those are the kind of deputies that many presidential candidates prefer. Reason, they don't want to be antagonized. They don't want to see somebody with ambition. And that is why Daniel Toroitich Armoy pretended to be very, very humble, very, very harmless, but he was as cool as a dove, harmless as a dove, but wise as a snake. When he became the president, he showed his fangs. He showed his true colors. So many deputies are actually people who should, according to the presidential candidate, who should not be very, very controversial. Now, there's also Gachagua. Would you actually propose Rigathi Gachagua for a deputy president? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Suppose the opposition agree that Gachagua will be the running mate of a presidential candidate, because already it looks like there's an agreement that the presidential candidate will be Kalonzo Musyoka or Malawa. That is actually where the game will be played. So when you look at all this, Matiang'i can work with who here? Kalonzo can work with who here? Because if you bring Kalonzo and Eugene Malawa, you see, they are good, but you need somebody who can actually tell you, yeah, we need to do A, B, C, and D. Both of them are cool guys. Both of them, they are not very, very ambitious. And I don't know what you think. But when I look at that position of a running mate, I think George Natembeya has it. Have a blessed day. Till next time, this is Gashi Skyman. Please like the video and share.